Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Industrial Communications with Hilscher Gateways and PC Cards. My name is Matej Legat, and I am the Technical Sales Engineer here at EXOR. I would like to thank you all for taking your time today and being here with us. So, firstly, I'm going to introduce today's speakers. So, joining me today will be Selim Kulici, who is Head of Sales at Hilscher, and Mr. Sani Lucic, who is going to be representing our partner Microwee. Let's look at, hello to everybody.
Good morning.
Let's look at today's agenda. So firstly, we're going to shortly speak about EXOR and Hilscher's company profiles. Then Mr. Selim is going to talk about NetX Technology, gateways, and PC cards. After that, Mr. Lucic is going to show us some case studies by Microwee. And at the end of the webinar, there's going to be a Q&A session. You can always put your questions in the Q&A box. I would also like to remind you that the webinar is being recorded and you are going to get the recording after the webinar. Also, after the webinar, there's going to be a pop-up survey in your browser, and we will be very pleased if you would just take a few moments to fill it out. Okay, so here at EXOR, we can offer you innovative software and hardware solutions from world-leading manufacturers for industrial and energy automation and digitalization. We work with 10 different partners, just to name a few. So Hilscher, VSCAD, Zumba, Riwler, and others. We can offer you individual solutions and consultancy and technical support for different areas, such as energy and infrastructure, automotive, panel building, power engineering, and others. You can find us in 3 offices in Ljubljana, Zagreb, and Belgrade, from where we cover the area of 8 countries. We have 15 employees and more than 500 customers in the region. Okay, so this was just a little bit about EXOR. And now I would like to invite Mr. Selim to take us through Hilscher's company profile, NetX Technology, gateways, and PC cards. So Selim, the word is yours.
Thanks, Mate. Thanks. Good morning to everyone from my side. Just a moment to share my screen. I hope everyone can see my presentation.
Yeah, we can see it. Just to make sure okay.
Yes.
Everything's okay.
So I will start with Hilscher. As Mate said, our focus today is to present you a little bit more about our industrial communication solutions. The focus is on our PC cards and our gateways. At first, I want to introduce Hilscher, company Hilscher. As you can see on the slide, the company was founded in 1986. The company, the group, is based in Germany, in Hattersheim, which is nearby Frankfurt. And it's a family-owned company in a 2nd generation. Sebastian Hilscher is at the moment our CEO. And our core competence is, of course, industrial communication in the field of industrial automation. We have worldwide more than 350 employees. The most one are based in Germany. And the last fiscal year, we made more than 75 million euro turnover for the whole group. You can also see that we have many subsidiaries all over the world. Austria is the last one, where I'm based in Linz. Linz is between Salzburg and Vienna, maybe you will know. And additionally, we have 2 development companies. One is based in Bulgaria, in Varna, and the other one is based in Berlin. The company in Berlin is focusing on the chip development. It's the NetX Technology, which we'll hear later on some more information. And of course, we have more than 80 partners worldwide. Here you can see on the slide our subsidiaries. And on the right side, some countries where we have partners and also embedded partners for our embedded solutions. Together with EXOR 80 and Microwee, we have since beginning of this year new partners for the Balkan region. Yeah, here you can see some facts why customers are using Hilscher. The main points are that we are developing the hardware and the software in Germany. It's all-in-one solution which you can get from us. It's made in Germany quality, and we have an own production with own SMT lines in Hattersheim. This picture is also very interesting to give you an overview who Hilscher is and which customers are using our products. Here you can see on the right side NetX ASICs. After that, NetX ASICs are used mostly in PLCs, in drives and motors, sensors, and so on. But there are also customers who are using modules. Modules is the second stage. Everything is based on the NetX technology. That means with our system on chip solution, this is the smallest solution you can get from us, but you're getting the hardware and the software from Hilscher. The second stage will be to get ready to use modules. You have some RAM on it, you have the possibility to connect it with your existing board or something like that. And after that, you have the possibility to use PC cards for IPCs and gateways for different industrial automation solutions, like you can see here, for example. But as you can see, Hilscher solutions are all over a typical industrial automation solution. So in PLCs, in motors, in robots, sensors, barcode scanners, HMIs, and so on. Yeah, and here a short summary. Why Hilscher and what you can get from Hilscher. The main focus is, as I said, the NetX technology. With the NetX technology, you have, of course, the hardware, but of the other side, also the software. What means the software? That means you have all the toolings, the engineering toolings which you need. You have all the stacks which you need from the field price side, but also from the real-time Ethernet side. It's the scalable form factor, which is also interesting because there are customers who makes different products, and so they can switch from NetX to PC card or are ready to use gateway for a bigger machine or plant, for example. So, but the technology behind on the software side and on the engineering side is always the same. With these benefits, you can make products very fast and you have a very short time to market. Yeah, and also the quality is very well for all products because the production is based in Germany and we are doing everything on the highest standards at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, this was the short introduction about Hilscher and NetX technology, which is the base for all of our products, as I said. And now I'm going into detail to talk all about our PC cards. On the right side, you can see a lot of form factors. And we as Hilscher have all form factors for the industrial automation which are needed at the moment. You have the possibility with these solutions from us, with these PC cards, that you can solve the real-time Ethernet side for master and slave, but also the field bus side. And it's a big benefit for you or your application because you have one hardware, you have one engineering tool, and the possibility to use all protocols, field bus or real-time Ethernet for master and slave. Here you can see on the left side all common field bus and also real-time Ethernet protocols, which you can solve with all our PC cards in the different form factors. And A very interesting benefit is that you are using always the same configuration tool. So if you are starting maybe one project at the beginning with a PCI Express card, later on you need maybe a M.2 card. It's not a problem. The configuration is the same, and so you can realize a short time to market and are very flexible on the hardware, but also on the software side. Also interesting is that we are providing all device drivers. That means you can get the hardware, you can get the right stack, but you can also get the right device driver for your solution, like Windows, Linux, VxWorks, and so on. Here an interesting overview to give you a feeling where our PC cards are used. Typically, use cases are that the hardware behind is always an industrial PC, standalone or on an HMI panel, or for vision or inspection solutions. So the customer has a problem to solve. They have a hardware, but they need a real-time connection on the communication side to field buses, but also to the real-time Ethernet protocols like EtherCAT, Profinet, or Ethernet IP. And so the customer can focus on his application, uses our cards for master or slave, because there are some solutions where you need the master, but also some other solutions where you only need the slave. And a big benefit too is that the hardware is the same, and you can preload on your own the right real-time Ethernet protocol. For example, you're making applications for the EtherCAT, Profinet, and Ethernet IP world, and so you're buying the same hardware, and it's on your own to change later on the firmware from Profinet to EtherCAT or something like that. But the hardware is always the same.
Oh, sorry for interrupting you. There was a question in the Q&A box. So the question is, does it support BACnet protocol?
No, not at the moment. We are focusing only on the industrial automation field. So it's a topic we get always some requests, and we are summarizing this with our product management. If the requirements, or how should I say, if the amount of requests are so much to invest a little bit of time of developing and also maintaining these protocols, we can do. So on the technical side, it will not be a problem to solve it, but it's a topic of on the commercial side. If it's enough needs on the market for these protocols from our point of view. Yeah, I hope this answers the question. If not, you can ask again a little bit deeper, and we will answer it in the end then. Yeah, coming, as I said before, we have now listed topics which I have mentioned before, that you have all the protocol stacks as a loadable firmware. You have ready-to-use drivers, all which are needed for the industrial automation, and you have one configuration software. Yeah. And you can focus on your applications or on your product, and let Hilscher do the industrial automation communication. Yeah. Also here you can see our different CFIX cards. Here you can see M.2 PC card, an IPC, and then different applications. And of course, which machine builder or plant builder are using our cards, packaging, its tooling, its logistics, welding, CNC, and so on and so on. Yes, one card, all protocols, CFIX. That's the main message I want to make now on the CFIX cards. And now I will switch to our gateways. Here you can see an overview. As I told you during the webinar now, NetX is the base. It's the hardware and the software. Then we had embedded modules, but also PC cards. And now we have the ready-to-use gateways, inclusive of housing and so on. You can see here a wide range of different gateways. We will go through where you can use it and how a use case can look like. But this is only an overview. From a low-end to a high-end application, you can solve, of course, with the right gateway, your requirements. And as I said, you have also for the gateways, all field bus and all real-time Ethernet protocols available to convert from the one to the other and so on. Now we will switch to the NetTap 50. As you can see, the typical use case is that in a machine or a plant, you have a network A and a network B. Network A is maybe speaking Profibus, and then you have to switch to transfer data to a network B, which is speaking Ethernet IP. We have different devices because based on the protocol, you need different connectors. And so you can use the right one. You can configure the network A and network B, and then use our converter with our configuration tool. The configuration tool is the same for the PC cards, but also for the gateways. So we have a lot of customers who are using PC cards and gateways at the same, and so they know the tools. It's easy to use, and they can realize short time to market with this benefits from our side. Yeah. The more powerful NetTap 100 has some more connectors. Why? As you can see here, there are also some use cases where you have network A and network B, but at network A you have additional participants on the hardware side. So with this industrial gateway NetTap 100, you can solve more complicated use cases or applications. And for the NetTap 100, you have the possibility to use it as a master. For the NetTap 50, you can use it only as a slave variant. With the NetTap 100, you have both solutions available, so you can choose master or slave. The hardware is, as I said before, the same. The configuration tool is the same, and you can preload your stacks or loadable firmware on your own. And the big benefit is really that we have more than 150 protocol conversions available in both directions. Yeah, the NetTap 151 is the newest one, but comparing to the NetTap 100, you have with the NetTap 151 only the real-time Ethernet protocol. So NetTap 100 is also available for the field bus protocols. With NetTap 151, you have the possibility only for the real-time Ethernet protocols, but you have some more connectors available, as you can see, network A, network B, but you have also for network B some possibilities to extend it with existing products which are used in the machine or in the plant. And of course, also for the NetTap 151, slave and master applications are available. I think this is also an interesting device for the Balkan region because it's a small gateway which gives you the possibility to turn any Profibus slave into a Profinet IO device. You can connect it easily, and you don't need any other hardware. So in existing machines or plants, you can let it as it is. But if you want to convert something from Profibus to Profinet, you're only taking the netlink and everything is solved. You can easily configure it, and that's it. Also very interesting is the netlink Ethernet to MPI adapter. That means with this solution, you can use only our adapter instead of using a additional Siemens PLC. That means you can use in bigger networks only our NetLink connector to replace really a Siemens PLC, which is Ethernet based. Yeah? And you have an own web-based configuration tool, which you can use. Big benefit is also that you are using the power source of the PLC, and so you don't have, or you don't need additional wiring and so on. So I think these two products are very interesting for the Balkan region because you are very flexible, and on the cost side, you can save a lot of money using these solutions and in existing machines or plants. Yeah, and in the end, you can see our next gateway, which is the net host. To be honest, it's a PC card in a housing. So if there are applications where you do not have a card slot, then you can use the net host because you have the master possibility and you can use it without any effort. You only need an Ethernet connector to have it in your network. Yeah. We have it also for different protocols, Profibus, Profinet, EtherCAT, Ethernet IP, CAN-open, and so on. So it's the same for all products. We are really providing all industrial automation protocols on the field bus, but also on the real-time Ethernet side. Yeah, that's it. If you have questions, you can ask now, or you can wait until the end, and then we will answer it. Thanks.
Okay, Selim, thank you for the great presentation. Let me just share my screen now.
Thank you too for the organization.
Okay, now I would like to invite Mr. Sanyin to show us some case studies by Microwee. So Sanyin, the word is yours.
Thank you, Mate. Thank you, Selim, for the kind introduction, and thank you to all the participants who took the time to join us and to make an effort to listen to us this morning, and welcome also from my end. As Mate already introduced us, we at Microwee, we are a partner company of Hilscher and EXOR, and we are an official Hilscher partner and integrator for Hilscher solutions in general. When it comes to us, before we go into the case study and to the example that we did back this year, what I wanted to do is just to give you a short overview of our company. Basically, Microwee was founded in 2013 in Sarajevo in Bosnia. Currently, we have a team of 12 embedded developers. We have over 10 years of experience in the industry, had over 50 clients, and also work on a lot of projects where we do a lot of R&D work and innovation. Our home field is historically definitely anything related to industrial communication. That's the area where we started. That's something that we are doing since the company was founded. But in addition to that, we also cover other fields. We do work for automotive solutions, for functional safety solutions. And what we do also, we do in-house hardware and concept designs for PCB and PCB layouts. We are very skilled designers with multiple years of experience, but definitely our home ground and our focused area would be industrial software development. All of our team members have experience with multiple markets. Our focus area is the DACH region. So if you also want and the Balkan region, if you want to speak local languages as well, it's not an issue, but also globally we can talk about service delivery, but our home market is definitely the Balkan area, as the office is in Sarajevo, which is just natural. So having said this, I would like to move forward to the example we did with the Hilscher PC card and the NetX 90 controller. Effectively, we did an Ethernet IP adapter implementation for an big industrial printing machine for an international producer of packages. So I will take you from left to right. So the Modbus RTU communication basically is the link to other components within the system. So effectively, it's used to communicate to other system components. The embedded PC is something that was made in-house by us. So it includes custom hardware and firmware development, which was made in-house. And effectively, this embedded PC is the system which controls, in this case, all processes on the industrial printing machine. To give you an example, when it comes to air supply, when it comes to pressure on the machine, it's the main concentrator of all data, and this was developed by us. The next phase of the integration was how do we link the Hilscher card with our embedded PC in order to communicate to the PLC. In this case, it was the Allen Bradley PC. So the reason why we choose Hilscher and the NetX 90 is effectively because the communication standard is there for all sorts of PLCs. We found out that the standardization is really good, that the easiness of communication helps basically taking the load from our system to the NetX 90 and to the PC card, making our life a lot of easier, avoiding any custom-made development which we need to provide, and effectively it's an elegant solution in order to create the communication to the PLC. In addition to that, it comes also down to the relationship we built with Hilscher, for example, with Selim, with the support levels they are there. So anytime really we needed support when it comes to any protocols, when it comes to use cases, reaching out to our contacts, our account managers, or the support levels, we really felt safe. And all questions we had, they were answered promptly, and it's quite important to have that support level when you try to integrate these systems, as anybody of you who did that in the past would know. So from that sense, once we close the circle, that's the reason why we chose to work with Hilscher in the past, are still working with our colleagues, and that's the reason why we picked the NetX 90. So last but not least, so the Hilscher PC card and the NetX 90 is used in order to communicate from our embedded PC directly to the PLC through standard protocols and the standardization on the PLC. So, and the PLC effectively controls processes on the industrial printing machine, and it's as I said, Hilscher has not only it's not only able to have Allen Bradley as PLC, as Helen mentioned, it can be other producers like Siemens, which is absolutely not an issue as well to integrate. But all overall, this is the case that we had. It worked quite well. The project is finalized, and going forward, we have multiple possibilities of integration with the NetX 90. What I wanted to do as well is to give you some additional examples. So this is one use case. I know that Selim, you touched in his part to the possibility to use Profinet instead of Ethernet IP. So from our end, that's absolutely fine also to integrate it. When it comes to having the PLC, what we can do from our end on a project-based scenario, we can also implement Python tests for different connection types, either cyclic, explicit. What we can also do is add additional time synchronization down to levels of you can standardize to what levels of milliseconds the synchronization could be, so we can work on that. Also, what is possible to do is to go one step beyond and discuss about potential onboard installation for the NetX 90. So that's also possible from our end, and to discuss these possibilities. What's also possible is to generate electronic data sheets for easier integration into the PLC network. So this is just some bits and pieces of additional possibilities. Whilst we're moving forward with Hilscher integration and with the NetX 90, there will be many other use cases as well. We already have projects that we are doing, but as we are I would say that we are warm with the process, that we are solid when it comes to integrating it, and everything on top. Once you know the technology, once you know the protocols, once you work together with the team, it takes some time, of course, from the very beginning, but once you are ready and set to go, it's quite easy. And I think we will just now put an additional layer on top to take it one step further and basically get all possible scenarios ready. But when it comes to having a solid setup, having a solid knowledge, you can definitely work together with Hilscher, with EXOR 80, with us, and do the integrations. So last but not least, if you have any questions from our end, if you want to get in touch in the presentation, you can find my contact details, and any questions you might be having, just let us know. And yeah, we would be happy to support you.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. And now we're going to move to the last part of our webinar. It's the Q&A session. You can still send your questions in the Q&A box. And we already have some questions. So first one is for Mr. Kulici. Are the necessary engineering tools for the configuration of the gateways and PC cards available for free?
Yes. So every engineering tool which you need, beginning on the NetX technology, embedded modules, but also, as I today showed, PC cards and gateways are for free. So you buy only the hardware and the master license if you need a master license.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. When a device is broken or I want to make a new project, can I copy or reuse configuration of existing projects?
You can. For the gateways, it is very easily. You have an SD card with all of the configuration. So you're changing the device, putting the SD card inside, and everything is working.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
For the PC cards, you have to load your existing project with our configuration tools, but it is also maybe 2 steps more than compared to the gateways. For the gateways, it's really easy because you have an existing configuration on the SD card and then change only the device and put the SD card inside and everything is working.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and the last question for now is for Sanyin. So why did you not directly connect to the PLC without the NetX 90?
Okay, thank you. Well, effectively, what Hilscher offers is a standardized protocol for automatization. It is technically possible to connect directly, but in order to develop this standardized protocol with all the data, with all the flows that goes with it, it takes years to do so. So we need Hilscher just as solution, as collector, because developing this custom-made would take a huge amount of time, and therefore we're using this solution because the connection makes our life easier. As I said, it's technically possible, but it's a huge undertaking, and that's why Hilscher did it, and it took them also some time to develop the standardized protocol. So yeah, it's technically it's possible, but effectively it's not.
Yes, and maybe I can add 1 or 2 sentences to this point. As Sanin said, that's right. If you need flexibility, if you have a platform and you want, or if you have a product and you want to be flexible, you want to sell the product in Europe, in Asia, or in US, it's easier and better for you on the technical, but also on the commercial side to use solutions from Hilscher together with our partners, of course, which can support you on the application and on the Microwee side, on the development side. Yeah.
Okay. Another question. How do you differentiate between the Edge gateway offering by Hilscher and the NetTap 100/151 gateway? You're muted, Selim.
Sorry, what was the question again? The differentiation between?
Between the Edge gateway offering by Hilscher and the NetTap 100/151 gateway.
Okay, the Edge gateway is an own solution. An Edge gateway is an own solution starting doing applications into the direction of industrial IoT. So the typical gateways, NetTap 50, 100, and 151 are protocol converters. With the Edge gateway from Hilscher, you have the possibility to speak real-time protocols on real-time Ethernet-based protocols and the new IoT protocols like OPC UA, like MQTT, and so on. In future, we plan for the new generation of gateways to have both in one shape.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. So it looks like this is all the questions. So I would just like to thank you again to both of you for coming today. And at the same time, I would also like to thank all the attendees for taking their time and joining the webinar. If you have any additional questions, okay, a question just came in. So the question is, can you please share a ballpark number of percentage share of Hilscher Gateway? You're muted, Selim.
Sorry, I'm muted again. It's difficult to say, to be honest. I do not have numbers at the moment, but we are one of the market leader worldwide, to be honest. So I do not have a number now, but the users of Hilscher knows that with Hilscher they have suitable products on the technical, but also on the commercial side. But unfortunately, I do not have a number. I know that we are for sure one of the top 3 worldwide.
Okay, thank you, Selim.
Okay, so if you have any other questions that we didn't answer during the webinar, you can always contact us on the email addresses that you can see on your screen. I would like to remind you that you're also going to get the recording of the webinar in the next few days. And after the webinar, there is also going to be a pop-up survey in your browser, and we will be very pleased if you would just take those few moments and fill it out. So yeah, this is everything from my side. I would like to wish you all a nice day, and I hope we see each other soon on another webinar. So
thank you all.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you from our side too. Bye-bye from Austria. See you, hear you, hopefully soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.